Boris Johnson has big plans for the nation.
Conservative MPs and party members are gathering in Manchester for the start of their annual conference.
The Prime Minister tells his party that he'll deal with the biggest issues that no government has had the guts to tackle.
So how did he do that? By talking utter shit.
What monkey glands are they applying in Ribble Valley? What royal jelly are they eating? Our wonderful nurses pulled my chestnuts out of that Tartarian pit. Cordroid cosmonauts, fibre optic vermicelli, coagulated roundabouts, cheek by jowler, raucous squawkus from the anti-AUKUS caucus.
The country's on his arse, and he's taken acid and swallowed a dictionary. Did you hear what he said? Raucous, caucus, sausage porcus. It's like he's trying to remember his safe word. Ask your parents. Don't ask your parents, actually. But Boris is absurd. We've got a fuel crisis, and he's boasting about this.
Otters are returning to rivers from which they've been absent for decades.
Who needs petrol? We've got otters! You can't run a car on otters. Unless you've got loads of them on a leash. And they're dragging it. And sure, I'm not against that, but it's just not practical. You know, imagine that just down quick fit. Your problem, mate. You got a flat otter. Also, let's not muck around. The otters returned to rivers by themselves. It had nothing to do with Boris. He didn't seduce them back. Like some kind of otter Pied Piper, just covered in fish. Come to me, my pretties. And when he wasn't banging on about the animals of Farthing Wood, he just came up with meaningless slogans.
Build back butter, build back batter.
Build back burger.
Build back bitter.
Build back beaver, I say.
What are you talking about? Build back beaver? That's not useful. That's something a female sex robot would say.
Build back beaver. Back door battered. Burn my batteries.
Here's a slogan for you, Boris. Stop talking bollocks! We don't want slogans, we want answers. But whenever he's asked a tricky question, he deflects it by saying a normal word in a funny way. Listen to the way he says global.
Have you got 100% of your staff back behind their desks?
No, I don't.
What's your percentage?
It depends which...
I've got 100% back at LBC. What have you got?
Well, I congratulate you.
Yes.
I congratulate... And does that apply to the whole of global?
You can't pronounce something in a funny way to get out of trouble. No, officer, I haven't been drink-driven. I haven't even been to the pib. Oh, my otter's flat. But the trouble is, Boris Johnson does this all the time.
I have nothing to say about this matter except to offer you some tea. Flying frisbee. Blue. Passport. From Google. Dude. One crouton. Vegan sausage rolls. UFOs. Flapjacks.
And yeah, he's funny. There's no denying. But we don't need funny people in a crisis. They don't help. Nobody has ever been in a burning building and gone, quick! Someone get me a comedian! Grand's dying. Fetch Jimmy Carr! It's ridiculous. Boris just doesn't inspire confidence. I mean, look what he wore when he went jogging. Look at that! Who goes for a run wearing a smart shirt and brogues? He looks like he's just been caught banging someone's wife. Just... That's right, madam. And... Was it you? When he wasn't... Raucous, caucus, when... I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Well, I can't look at you, I'm sorry about that. But when Boris wasn't running around like an alcoholic James Bond, he kept saying this.
Levelling up, 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 levelled up, levelling up.
But what does that mean? Even his supporters don't know.
What does levelling up mean?
Yeah.
As far as I understand it, it means giving everybody a fair crack of the whip.
Well, it means levelling up rather than levelling down, and there's a significant difference.
Yes, because up is here and down is there. And as you can see, they're very different places. Do you know the otters are back?
It's so exhausting. And the only reason Boris gets away with this, he's surrounded by people stupider than he is. Look at Kit Malthouse's response when asked if he was sitting near the Prime Minister.
Is he honest all the time?
In my experience, yes, he is.
Are you having to say that because he's sitting right next to you, Mr. Malthouse? Is it slightly,
No, I don't know. I have no idea
awkward?
where he is.
There he is.
No idea where he
There
is.
he is.
Still, at least the press held the Tories to account by asking them difficult questions.
Park run or half marathon, olives or nuts, jeans or cords, Waitrose or Asda, Strictly or I'm a Celebrity. Is a Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit?
The answer is, of course, run, nuts, jeans, Tesco, neither, and who gives a fuck. We shouldn't be asking banal questions, particularly at a time when money is being taken away from people who need it most.
Since the start of the pandemic, almost 6 million people on universal credit have had an extra £20 a week to help some of the poorest families in the UK. But it comes to an end tomorrow.
Which is brutal because the universal credit cut will plunge 840,000 people into poverty, including almost 300,000 children. And what makes it worse, the day that the benefit cuts happened, the woman overseeing them, Therese Coffey, was at a karaoke night singing this. How insensitive is that? It's like walking past a food bank and going, did somebody say just eat? Think it through. The extra 20 quid is vital for some people. It could be the difference between heating or eating. It's always the same, isn't it? These people need to work harder, stop sponging off the state, which is pretty rich when you read headlines like this. Donor gave Boris Johnson 53 grand to decorate his flat, including £840 per roll wallpaper and a £9,800 sofa. There's also been allegations about who paid for his 15 grand Caribbean holiday and £27,000 worth of luxury food. Donors were even approached to cover the cost of a nanny and a personal trainer. All the while moaning that his £157,000 salary is not enough to get by on. All they need is an extra 20 quid. I thought he was levelling up, not punching down. Now, thank you. Now,